Alright, so I'm going to show you how to use a Google Doc on the computer. So once you've logged into your Gmail account, you can click on My Drive. It's going to be found under this 3x3 square here. And if you click on it, it'll pop up That's Drive. Once you click on that, it'll take you to the screen that I'm on now. What you're going to do is you're going to click on New. And right here it says Google Docs. And I'm actually using the new updated version of the drive, which I prefer personally. And once you go here, you're going to click on this, and it should open up in a new page. It'll say Untitled Document at the top. That'll be your tab. Up here, it'll have your title where you can rename your document. You have all these options, much like Microsoft Word, which most people are used to using. But the cool thing about Google Docs is you can download it, or you can use it on any computer. You don't have to save it to a hard drive. It's automatically saved on the cloud through your Google Drive. It's pretty awesome because you can access it anywhere as long as you have availability of the internet. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change this title right here by clicking on Untitled Document, and it pops up. It says Rename the Document. So I'm going to name this one Test Item. And I'm going to hit OK. So that means that when I look at it in my drive, so if I go back to my drive here, I can scroll down, and it should show up here. Let me see if I can get it to show up. And here it is right here. It says Test Item, so it's now on my drive automatically. So now all I have to do is go back to my document, and I can start typing. So here we go. So under File, I can share it with other people once I've typed my document. So I can share it with an email address of a person that I know. So if I want to share it with my personal one, I can type in my personal email address, and it'll send an email to them. And I'm not going to actually send it because I don't want to flood my inbox, but I can send it by pressing send, and it'll send an email to the person telling them that I've shared this with them, and they are able to open it up. And this right here, this option says can edit, meaning that whenever I open it up in my other email, or whoever you send it to opens it up, they're able to open and edit the document. So I just sent it by accident. I'm going to undo it, and then I'm going to say done. So now what we can do is we can start off. I'm going to change the font because the font is pretty small, and I'm going to make it to a size 12, which is what a normal font is when you're typing papers. And you can use the different styles here if you'd like. Like I said, most of this is a lot like Microsoft Word. I can change the font to all these different fonts. I can bold it, italicize, underline. I can even do text color. You can insert links. I can put comments, which I'll show you in a second. I can do alignments. You can do line spacing, bulleting, indentation, and you can do clear formatting, much like the same as Microsoft Word. So one cool thing about comments is if I insert a comment, like let's say I type in a word here, I'm going to say math is cool because I'm a math teacher. So let's say I'm going to highlight what I have, and I'm going to say I want to insert a comment. And over here on the side, which you can see, it'll say Lee Harrison because that's who I am. I'm going to type in a comment and say, this is so true. And then I can comment. So that when I'm later on, if I'm sharing with somebody, if they pull it up, they can look at this and say, oh, well, what's going on? And they can, go down here and type other things such as I really enjoy Southwest Edgecombe High School. And their typing is that they can go up here and click on it, and it'll pop up over here and say what the comment is. If I can mark it resolved, it's showing that I have fixed the problem. And saying like if we're editing it as a group, I can mark resolved, and it'll delete and go away. Also under the editing, you can edits can become suggestions. You can view it and different details like that. If I go up here, this hides everything, so it kind of gives you more of a full screen view. I like to have the menu because I like to use a lot of tools on the menu. Also on this, if I go over here, I can print the document. This will put it up into a PDF form, and I can hit print and it'll automatically print it if I want to. I'm not going to print it because I don't need to. This is just a test. Under File, I can make a copy, and this will copy it in my drive. I can rename it the same way we did up there up top. New is just a new document. I can also do other types of things through the drive here to other types of documents and items. I can move it within my drive to another folder, which is another lesson. I can delete it if I'd like to. I can see the revisions history here. Language, we speak English, so I'm just going to use English through the United States. You can download it as all these different types. It'll automatically convert it for you, which saves a lot of time and aggravation. I can publish to the web if I want to give you a URL. I can email collaborators if people are working on it with me through the share method. I can email as an attachment if I need to. And page setup, I can change the margins. And there's the print option again. Edit lets me undo and redo. I can paste. I can do a web clipboard as far as like copying and pasting URLs and hyperlinks and stuff like that. Find and replace, like I said, most of this is like what you guys are already probably used to through Microsoft Word. View kind of changes your layout and all that stuff as far as how you're looking at it. That whole stuff. Full screen, I use this for warm-ups in my class, and with full screen option, it makes it a little bit easier for the students in the back of the room to see. So if I do full screen, I can make my type bigger, and it shows up bigger on the screen. So whenever you get this, you can I can dismiss this, but if you're ever tired of using this and want to see your tools again, you can hit escape, and the escape button makes it come back. Also, insert, I can do images, links, equations. For me being a math person, equations are pretty awesome. So I can insert an equation right here, and this little box pops up. And let's say I want to type in a fraction. I can do the top number. You can set it up this way, like 2 over 3. The only problem with doing equations is sometimes you have to change the size of the text. I like to maybe use 24. It's a little bit easier to see. So you can do it that way. I can do a new equation. You can use all different types. I have arrows, math operators, relations, miscellaneous operations, and Greek letters. Through up here also you can do tables, and you can pick the size of the table you want to, which is pretty awesome. So like let's say that, and you can type inside the tables as well. Let's see, what else can we do? We can do footnotes. Special characters are kind of like your math characters. They're a little bit easier to find sometimes under special characters. Headers and footers, bookmarks, table of contents. You can do all this stuff up here through the insert. Format is kind of like just like Microsoft Word, same setup. Tools, it does a spelling check. You can do research. If you're looking for something on the web and want to put it in here, you can do it that way. That helps out. You can define, it's like a dictionary basically, word count, translate if it's in a different language, all that stuff. Personal dictionaries if you add a word to it. Table, which is the same way you can actually do adjustments on the table here. Add-ons is for apps and stuff. We'll talk about that another time. And help is just like a regular help session. So this is a quick overview of Google Docs. I hope this has helped you out, and hope you enjoyed as much as I do. I think it's a lot of fun.